Hello, everybody. This is Charlotte Bergman. I am the host of Political Talk with Charlotte. I want to thank you for joining me today. This is Sunday, October the 12th, 2025. This is a special show. And the reason it's special is because I just want to remind people of how many wonderful things are happening in our city, and how people are excited and feeling confident about our city. I know that many of you probably weren't aware that I was going live today, but that's okay. You can catch the show on the rebound. So it's going to be on my Facebook page, on YouTube, on Bitchute, on Rumble, on multiple social media sites. So guys, as of October the 11th, that would be yesterday, the Memphis Safe Task Force, which has been sent to Memphis by none other than President Donald Trump, Cash Patel, Pam Bundy, and many of those that are in the DOJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got some testimonies from some people who are feeling the effects. So the Memphis Task Force has of yesterday made a total of 627 arrests with 155 firearms seized. This number includes 131 ICE enforcement arrests, 4 homicide suspects, and 28 were arrested for sex offenses. There were some murderers who were arrested. So I said there were 627 arrests. There were 155 firearms that were seized, and the arrests were charged according to various categories. As of yesterday, there were people who were arrested who had committed homicide. That means they had unalived somebody. The task force apprehended 4 people for unaliving someone, 28 sex offenders, and 131, as I had indicated, ICE arrests. Yes, 155 firearms are off the streets. Guys, I can remember not long ago waking up late at night, and I would hear gunshots. And brilliant me thought they were firecrackers, but they were firearms. There were people shooting their guns. So we've got some Democrat leadership that is adamant about resisting the task force. So let me share with you what this gentleman from Memphis has to say about that. I was surprised to find out that there were so many people who were supportive of the task force.
Memphis is just one of those places where people just come in here and just push their wheel on, because Memphians don't do a lot of reading, they don't do a lot of research, they do a lot of listening and hearing. They don't actually go and read a lot of stuff for themselves. So a lot of times we're ignorant to the facts and things that are going on. So when something sounds good, we just rah behind it. But right now, that big concern with the National Guard being here, I'm not concerned at all, because I understand what their powers are. So I know what they can and cannot do, and I know what I can and cannot do. So it doesn't bother me like it's bothering some of the other people. Just the presence of them being here, come on now, it does help. Let's stop playing like it don't help. It does help, just their presence, because right now everybody's talking about it, so it's making people aware of, so they already slowing down in our streets, because people are on alert now. The criminals are on alert now. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? To me, it's a good thing. The police department, the sheriff department couldn't handle it, and it was getting worse. People were actually losing their children. So if you haven't been victimized, you won't understand where I'm coming from. I know people that have lost their children while we're waiting for people to fix our crime problem. A crime, and it just didn't happen. I know people that have been approached at home with automatic weapons from young people just to come and steal their car. I know these people personally. So yes, where I live, there is a crime problem in Memphis, where I live. So, and help was needed. And you have your lines of help. You have your police department, your sheriff department, and what's next. the National Guard getting alerted because public safety was in jeopardy. It may not be as severe to some, but the fact that it was in jeopardy, that's all it takes for the federal government to get involved. Know your rights, get your copy of the Constitution, know your rights, and you'll be okay. Don't be having these arguments with people that's not valid. Memphis.
Okay. All right. What he said was true. There are so many people who actually get into their feelings, get into their emotions instead of doing research. And when we, I believe, I'm going to claim it right now, when we encourage people to start doing their own research, I think the mindset will change. Now, this next testimony is from this gentleman, and he speaks, his comments are full of profanity. So listen, but listen to the essence of what he is saying. This guy is a Memphian, and he has some strong opinions. His opinions are contrary to what many of the politicians are saying. So let's hear what he has to say. Okay. Bear with me for a second. Let me get this set up for you.
All jokes aside, Trump, I just want to let you know, man, I got to stand with you. You son them people here and they cleaned up our motherfucking streets. I'm talking about they cleaned them good. I don't see a YN nowhere doing nothing. I don't hear no motherfucking gunshots. I don't hear no cars burning rubber. I don't hear none of this shit, Trump. I'm talking about y'all took 600 criminals off the street. Y'all got 191 guns off the streets. Y'all got 50,000 in narcotics off the streets. Man, if I ever said anything crazy about Trump, I take it back. But one thing I can say, I don't know what the hell MPD been around here doing. For y'all to come here and make 600 arrests, goddamn, Memphis, y'all really looking bad. That chief that we hired out of Nashville,
She's from
hey,
Atlanta.
y'all need to get her walking papers. Paul Young, get his ass them walking papers too. Sheriff Bonham, get his ass them walking papers too. All of them got to go. This is a motherfucking RICO sweep. All
Okay. I just had to let you guys hear somebody that was really, really passionate about this. And he's right. I mean, for the task force to come in here and change things almost overnight, what in the heck have Bonner and the police chief and various people, Paul Young, been doing? Tempers have been boiling from the Democrat Party due to the National Guard's presence. So I asked my son, I said, are you concerned about the Memphis task force being here? And you know what his reply was? Very calmly. He said, no, I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right side of the law, and I don't drive dirty. So those of you who aren't driving dirty, you have nothing to worry about. I want to say this really fast. In 2024, Memphis had 249 murders, 429 rapes, 5,617 burglaries, 12,522 violent assaults. And let's see what is happening now. Let's look at the homicide tracker. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Hopefully I can, somewhat bigger, somewhat larger. Okay, guys, as of January 1st until the present, there have been approximately 192 murders, 192 homicides. The task force is doing its job. the task force, it is worth them being here. 192 murders, and they have been all around Shelby County, not just in Memphis, but all around Shelby County. So I say we need to let the task force members, the National Guard, the FBI, the various entities that are here, let them know how much we appreciate them saving our city. I'm enjoying this. Let's hear from another Memphian. What does he have to say?
Hey, real quick, let me get this straight. You hate white men unless they're gay. You love black people unless they're conservative. You're for legal immigration as long as they don't come in your crib. You want to ban guns, but want the police to still have theirs. You hate capitalism, but you want Starbucks to change their logo every fucking Pride Month. You hate slavery, but also hate the party that was established to abolish the slaves. You hated slavery, but align with the party that was for keeping the slaves. You don't.
There you go. They hate slavery, but they align themselves with the party that keeps the slaves. You're right. That is definitely what is happening. It's because they don't understand the truth. They have been told lies and said, well, it's the Republicans that is doing it. No, it is the Democrats that are doing it. And many people don't want to hear that. But hey, that's the truth. That is the truth. Now, I'm trying to find my video with April. I want you guys to hear what April has to say. And find it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday. I'm having a good time. But I was thinking of you and wanted to share some things with you. Okay, let's hear it from our girl, April. I did find her video. This girl doesn't play. Many of you who actually probably use the reels to get information have probably heard her before. So let's see what she has to say. Let me pull this up for you. Let me get her set up and pull it up for you. And these are things that I am not making up. This is information I am not making up. This is what people are saying. You know what? I'm excited about it because it used to be only whites were considered Republicans. Now we've got blacks that are waking up and saying, I am not putting up with that any longer. Okay, April, let's see what you have to say. Let's turn some volume.
Really think about it. They've run American major cities for decades, and what do we see? Well, we see a lot of crime and chaos, lots of poverty, and a whole lot of dependency. I do want you to realize this isn't an accident. I know you think it's just how the cards have been dealt, but it's not. Members of the Congressional Black Caucus and Democrat mayors, y'all, they thrive on disorder. You're like, oh, how so, April? Let me explain. Chaos keeps you dependent, and dependency keeps them in power. They tax the middle class, redistribute crumbs, and then have the nerve to call it compassion. But the truth is, this is about control. Y'all, they are king of the ashes. If the people rise up, demand school choice and demand safety, oh, they slap that down. You can't have no school choice. No, you can't have that. And then here comes Donald Trump exposing the lie. With just one stroke of the pen, he shows exactly how easy it is to restore order. You just enforce the law, prosecute the crime, and suddenly, I don't know, the murder rate just drops. And what have we seen Democrats do? Oh, they attack him for cleaning up their mess. Why? Because they need the chaos. That is why. It's really simple. Trump doesn't have to do this. I mean, listen, he could be sitting in Mar-a-Lago, minding his business, ignore all of this, and watch it all burn. But he wants to do the right thing. But meanwhile, Democrats, in their hatred, are so blinded by their hatred, they'd rather see the cities burn than to admit that Donald Trump is right. But the thing is, I break all of this down in my latest episode over on Unshakable with April Chapman. I don't want you to miss this one. We have to have these discussions, so click the link, watch the full episode, and then ask yourself the question: do Democrats really want safe cities, or do they want control?
Well, from what we've been seeing, guys, and especially when the NAACP and various Bob Edwards, this whole city, honest people have been waiting their entire lives for this, to be able to allow their children to play outside, to allow the seniors to be able to go buy food, to allow themselves to just be out and enjoy themselves in the park without being concerned about a stray bullet, to be able to visit people, to actually have family reunions or barbecues without being unalived. I'm excited about this. And thank you for joining me today, Bob, and those other people who are viewing the show and are not making comments. I want to thank you guys. You are so supportive, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that you guys are aware and you guys do not have their heads in the sand. Please pray for those people who constantly vote Democrat and they know not what they do because they don't bother to do their research to find out the truth. And that's why this show is here. I'm Charlotte Bergman. I'm coming to you from the show Political Talk with Charlotte. And I want to thank you all for joining me. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. And we have, as our special guest on Thursday, oh my gosh, Change Dowdy. She is a young lady. She, you remember Barack Obama and how he was a community organizer? Well, this young lady served as the director of community outreach with Jesse Jackson Jr. And she worked on Capitol Hill, and she's going to be my guest on Thursday. And you're going to hear more and more good things about her. So you take care, be blessed, and thank you for joining my show today. I love you so much, and I appreciate you. Bye. This is Charlotte Bergman signing off.